How much butt does this deck kick? Just a sliver.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing the First Sliver. It is the first of many and unfortunately Magic the Gathering Arena does not have that many slivers, but it has a bunch of them. If you're not familiar with slivers, slivers are an archetype of creature which is very, very tribal because every sliver gives all slivers some ability. For example, the first sliver, my commander, gives all slivers Cascade. It itself also has Cascade, which means that whenever you cast it or another sliver, you reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a non-land that has less mana value than the card you cast, which means that you get to chain together spells and get them for free out of your library. The first sliver, by the way, is just a really nice card on its own because it's a 5 mana 7/7 that always gets you something else from the deck because unless they are countering both the ability Cascade and the card itself, you're going to get one or the other. So we have as many good slivers as we could fit into this library, a couple of shapeshifters with Changeling, like Irregular Cohort, because there just aren't that many slivers available for use, and some other good stuff, especially 5-color good stuff, like the Kami War, and Golos, Kenrith, and Eska. You know, we got the whole gang here. So what we're going to be doing is making lots of creatures, giving all of those creatures the same abilities, and then swinging in for the win. Let's go take this into the queue. Micah's playing Gigantha, not as a companion, but as a commander. So it's 5 colors versus 5 colors here, and this is not a great hand, but I do think it's keepable, so I'm going to hit that keep button. Gigantha is a giant mana rock. Honestly, we could put it in this deck because it's, you know, it pays for the first sliver. Not bad. We're gonna go ahead and hang out here and wait for them to make the first move. They're just playing good lands. Well, I've got lands too. They're not that good. All I have in my hand right now are these shock lands, which I have to pay 2 life if I want them to come in untapped. Thankfully, I do have slivers to play on turn 2 and turn 3, but this is actually a better move. I want a ramp, because ramp potentially gets me my commander next turn. I'm just going to swing in with the Predatory Sliver. It's giving itself and all other slivers +1/+1. Look, it's a 2 mana 2/2 with extra words on it. Most of the lands in this deck actually do come in tapped. That's just because when you're playing 5 colors, you end up having to make some concessions with your mana base. You gotta choose between pain and game. Ooh, yes! Okay, because we got the Sliverborn pathway here, we have 5 colors, and it's time for the first sliver. First sliver's coming down, we cascade into Herald's Horn. That's going to discount other slivers we cast once we name Sliver. Very good. And we're gonna sit here and chill and face down this Burgee. Burgee is pretty common as a card in God's Tribal and in Storm decks. Burgee enables some crazy casting. I am not actually sure, though, what they're planning on doing. Well, they killed her. Oh, okay. They sacrificed her to Diabolic Intent. They're just tutoring. And with the mana they have, they could get a board wipe, which would be kind of rough for me, because I don't have that much on this board. Kolvori, huh? Is this 5-color gods? I think it's 5-color gods. So 5-color gods you usually see helmed by Essica, but unfortunately Essica is a top commander, which means she ends up in what we like to call the Hell Queue. And Hell Queue commanders, well, unless you're playing the best version of them, you're gonna be in for a bad time. So I totally understand why they would play Gigantha gods. Ooh, Mishra's Bubble, our 0 mana artifact for this deck. Good for cascading into. And we're also going to draw. And we get to cast another sliver here. We can go First Strike or Menace. Oh, or we could get the Cloudshredder Sliver off the top. That's really great for me. We're going to get one of our 1 mana cards. But now everything's going to have Flying Haste and Double Strike, which means we've got lethal on board. We've won. Down it goes. Everybody's here, flying, hasting. We could even play more slivers. I'm not going to. We're just going to attack. Good game. Good game. And with a lovely 5-color opponent who's playing Shrines, looks like we're going to be racing to the finish here, trying to get in our damage as quickly as we can. We do have ramp here, we have card draw, and we have something to play on turn 1, so I'm going to keep this. We're gonna mulligan. We're gonna start with the Secluded Courtyard, which is a tribal land that lets me name slivers! Like this one! The Striking Sliver. Striking Sliver is pretty nice. There are 2, by the way, just slivers that give first strike. One of them is a 3-mana 2/2, and the other one's a 1-mana 1/1. I like this one a lot more. This comes in tapped. We're gonna get in our 1 damage here. Goshen Tie of Life's Origin, by the way, is pretty good at going wide because it is the shrine that comes with more shrines. I'm gonna shock that in and go for the Replicating Ring, a permanent mana source rather than a kind of temporary one off the goblin here. The Goshen Tie being an arena is kind of scary. What's cool though is next turn, we have our commander. Being able to get this out early in almost all of our games has been really helpful. The Mirror Breaker, Maskwood Nexus. Maskwood Nexus is kind of in here for fun. It does spit out a Shapeshifter with Changeling, which is a sliver, but it also means that all of the mana dorks and supporting cool creatures like Bolos are also slivers, both in the deck and in our hand, and on the battlefield. What you gonna do, Goshen Tie of Life's Origin? You have 2 mana and a rope. And a rope. And a rope. Uh-huh. Did they disconnect? Nope, they're there. They were trying to decide what to play, I guess. Goshen Tie of Boundless Vigor, paying the 1 to give it a +1/+1 counter. Well, let's see what we can get off of the First Sliver. It's got Cascade, and we find Realm Walker, technically a sliver. Here we go. It's slivers. Is there a sliver on top? No, there's the Kami War on top of the library. I can't actually play that. I only have 5 mana. Fountain of Night's Reach is going to make me discard every turn. There's a land on top now. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set up for some ramp. Black Market Connection. I am happy to pay life for it. Or do I go for the Venomous Changeling? Because of the Cascade. You know what? Let's go for Cascade! Not going to be the land. What's it going to be? Enduring Sliver. That's going to give all my slivers Outlast. And that's going to find a 1 or 0 drop. It found Changeling Outcast. And that's going to find the Bauble. Because this is the only 0 mana spell I have. Bauble! Look at all that value. Nice. Thank you! There's also a Dregscape Sliver on top of my library, so we may as well cast that. We already have both of the 1-drops from our deck. I think Gilded Goose might have been in this deck at one point. No, I took it out. Cool, Dregscape Sliver doesn't find anything. And we're just going to go ahead and swing in with these 2. This is still smaller, so not gonna bother with that. Crippling Fear. We're gonna crack this Bauble. Take a look at their hand. What do you have? Ah! Farmland! We have no idea what's in their hand, though. I draw, and I'm going to discard... Ooh, what's that? Manaweft Sliver off the top. I'm going to discard the Black Market Connection, and... Table of the Mirror Breaker. I have a feeling that the Crippling Fear may be helpful. I don't know it yet, though, because it depends a lot on what they do. Ah, well, it's a Realm Cloak Giant, which is going to destroy everything that wasn't a changeling here. Rude, dude. Thankfully, all my giants, yeah, that's right, we have 3 giants on the battlefield, are doing just fine. We have Dregscape Sliver here. I actually had lethal if I left this in the graveyard. That's my bad. Sometimes I forget things. Do I have anything else fun I can do? Bringing out either of you? Not really. So I'm going to throw down the Manaweft Sliver. Maskwood Nexus. And swing in for 3. Discard a card. Crippling Fear. Arcane Signet. And a Vanishing Verse on our Manaweft Sliver. At least now we have some mana. I just need to check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We go for the Unearth here. Now they have 2 mana, which could mean they have removal. That would brick this. But I'm just going for it. We're gonna Unearth everybody here. And swing in. Which gives us lethal! Love to see it. It's Tawnos time! I also built a Tawnos deck. You'll see it soon, I promise. Tawnos the Toy Maker is Beasts and Birds. This is a Simic commander who is, well, copying Beasts and Birds. Tawnos is pretty decent with a lot of mutate cards because so many of them tend to be beasts and one of them is a bird. Also, Simic colors tend to support that pretty nicely. Now, let's see, what do we got here? Got some red mana and a cat. Sorry, it's not a cat, it's an everything. Actually, it's a frog? Sure. It's a frog. So I'm just double checking the colors I have here. I'm gonna go for the green and blue. Getting the green onto the battlefield. And attacking in for a grand total of 1 damage. Wall Mage is familiar. It's a beast! Indeed, it's a beast! Do we just play the First Sliver this turn? Or do we play the Prismatic Bridge? Well, as fun as it is to get the early First Sliver out, I want to cause problems on purpose. Prismatic Bridge gets me a creature or planeswalker from my deck. It's going to be random, though, because it's just revealing from the top until we hit one. How many planeswalkers are in my deck? I think 0. Oh no! But they have the beast who mutates and destroys an artifact or enchantment. And, well, the Prismatic Bridge is an enchantment, so there it goes. It's gone! Sliver time. The first one. Gets me a Steelform Sliver. Now you're on the battlefield. And we swing in. Next turn, Great Henge, assuming this is still out. Oh, Witness Protection! They're turning it into a 1/1. Looks like this person's a big fan of Frogify effects. I have a choice to make here. I think my choice is to bring back Essica, put her into hand, and I'm going to shock this in to play Black Market Connections as well. Ah, yes, the legitimate business person. I'm doing business. The dangers of big business. Black Market Connections, paying 6 life to get, it's a sliver. Lavabelly, Manaweft. This thing. Go to Lavabelly first. I feel like they have I don't know, a counter spell of a sort. Pong. And Kaplowy. If they get another mutator, they'll be able to destroy this again. Let's see, can they mutate? They'll actually be able to destroy 2 things. Because it will trigger twice. Which means destroying Black Market Connection in addition. This also flies, and they draw 2 cards. 3 cards. 3 cards. This is why Thanos is good with Mutate, because cloning is good with Mutate. They're also going to ram through on the Manaweft Sliver, because it's giving mana to me. Oh, and the Denial. They're going for a second fight here on the Lavabelly Sliver. Sure, whatever works. Ooh. Oh, great hens, you say? Esraphine's Tower? Yep. So I'm going to throw down the Great Henge here. I'm then going to attack with everything. They're not blocking. They did not fall for my treacherous plan. I was hoping that they would block, I don't know, the 2-3 or the 3-3, and we could Crippling Fear to spook them off the battlefield. Not spooking me off the battlefield. Here comes double the Crater Hoof, double the fun. Those are both going to trigger. You know what I can do? I can gain 2 life. It doesn't even matter if I left all of these back. They had lethal. Big lethal. Good game. It's Dina Soul Steeper. Dina Soul Steeper is a commander with a combo. Exquisite Blood combos directly with Dina, and with a couple other cards that they can fetch from their library. Because they're in black, they have tutors, which means that we have to race against them, assembling their combo, while also just killing me off of the drain. Dina is also pretty good, because whenever you gain life, your opponent loses life, and life gain is good enough on its own. This is just a little bit of icing on the cake. Alright, now I don't have any green mana, but I do have black mana, which means Meathook Massacre's on the menu. And hopefully we'll find a little bit of green mana. Oh, hey, Herald's Horn. At least that gives me something to do on turn 3. Elegant Sanctuary. Always comes in tapped. When they foretold a spell, my guess is it's going to be Murder? Of a sort. Herald's Horn. Naming. Sliver. Now my slivers cost less, and if we find one on the top of our library, we shall be blessed with it being added into our hand for free. Veto! So Veto, like Dina, also, well, it combos with Exquisite Blood. It's a good card. So hopefully they don't get the Exquisite Blood right away. We want this green mana, so I'm just going to play this, let it come in tapped. And they're going to tutor. I wonder what they could possibly tutor for. Exquisite Blood, maybe? Oh, look! Spiteful Sliver. Well, as much as I would love to start the Sliver train, might not be the best move. So, if they get Exquisite Blood out, I have 1 turn until I die, because they probably wouldn't be able to gain life on 0 mana. There's a couple ways they could do it, but I don't think that they have them here, or even in Arena. So let's just play the first Sliver. Ah, Lotus Cobra! What a little sweetie. I don't mind killing you with the Meathook Massacre. Ghastly Gloom Hunter. There's some lifelink. Poison a cup on my Sliver. Darn, there goes my discount on the Great Henge. I will move this back to the command zone. Temple Garden off the top. Out of what I'm going to call a very, very healthy fear of, well, the Exquisite Blood combo. We're probably just going to Meathook Massacre here. So, 1, 2, 3. Goodbye, Lotus Cobra. They still can do the combo with Dina, but it's going to take them an extra turn to set up. Spiteful Sliver, Manaweft Sliver, Paradise Druid. Let's go for the Paradise Druid. Try and set up for the first sliver again next turn. Oh, Cosmos Elixir. Makes it even easier to do the combo, because they don't actually have to deal any damage, or, well, this already is going to gain them life. That is a land. I mean, lands are fine, but I know it's better than land. Slivers. Oh. Hey, Jessica. I have to use the front side because the back side costs the same as the first sliver. Let's go ahead and get down the Great Henge. Use that for Manaweft Sliver. Mishra's Bauble. Draw a card. Oh wow, it's actually something I can cast. Predatory Sliver. Gets me one of the 2-drops. Changeling Outcast. So if they tutored for what I think they tutored for, I believe I'm dead. But hey, I tried my best. And I drew a bunch of cards. And I'm taking a look at the top of your library. And it's a Banehound. Show me what you got. Do you combo? Do you kill me? Yes, they do. So this is Exquisite Blood, which you're going to see the combo and how it works. Whenever they gain life, I lose life. And whenever I lose life, they gain life. So I gain life, lose life, 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 until I die. So we'll give them a little good game. Oh, it disappeared on me. Good game, and how about a little cheering Rowan emote? Yay! While we die. Yeah, what's nice about this is they don't have to target. We just die. Down we go. And this combo, by the way, also works with Vito, who we killed before. Same exact thing. Takes exactly the same amount of time. And there's the last one. We're dead. Oh, it's the frog! Get Rog Monster! This is one of my favorite commanders. You see me run it all the time. I'm going to keep this hand, despite lack of ramp. It does have some removal, which is going to get super duper discounted by the cards that I have, which are Triomes. 3-color lands means that the discounts is going to cost 1 mana. Start with Jitmir's Garden. This now costs 3 mana. Llanowar Elves coming on down. I don't have anything else to do on 2. Cost 2 here. Neither of these cover all 5 colors, which is why we're not able to make it cost 1. Next turn it will cost 1 though. Table of the Mirror Breaker. Reason. That's a good card. So Gitrog, right, I should explain their commander. We're recording a video. I should remember to do this stuff. Gitrog Monster is all about sacrificing our own lands to draw cards. It's the frog who ramps and has a lot of fun. We're going to go ahead and drop some of our less interesting slivers here. I guess just Enduring Sliver is really boring, so we're going to throw that in the trash to get... Oh, that's also a really boring sliver. Okay, fine. I didn't need to have cool, interesting slivers, but I could go for the first sliver. I have the choice here between first sliver or just remove the Gitrog Monster. I'll just remove the Gitrog Monster. Hey, Gitrog Monster, you're cool, but I don't want to think about you right now. I'm going to attack in now with my Goblin Shaman and play Spiteful Sliver. Mana dealt to my slivers. It reflected onto players and planeswalkers. Ew, Vorinclex. Get a load of this guy. So Vorinclex I'm going to consider an immediate and terrifying threat. And I'm not happy about that. Not Vorinclex, Sliver. There we go. Sliver is my creature type. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could cast the first Sliver here, but I think it's actually a smarter idea for me to attack in with this little tiny goblin. Yes, it will die. And then remove Vorinclex from the game. Tommy Ward's going to get me a bunch of lasting value too, and it actually lets me put Leyline Binding back into my hand, which is really cool. Get out of here, Vorinclex. So Vorinclex was ramping them, locking down all my mana. It's a really, really scary card, and it's really hard to deal with. This is actually a card I own in paper that I only put into my decks when I'm up against people who have what I'm going to call fancy decks. Do you have, like, dual lands, like actual honest dual lands in your deck? Cool, I'm playing Vorinclex. Because you clearly have a better deck than me. So we're gonna balance the playing field a little by me playing the meanest card that I own. Oh, things are happening. They're putting things in the graveyard, they're ramping. But since Vorinclex, or not Vorinclex, since the Gitrog monster's not on the battlefield, they're not drawing cards up any of this. None of these untap. So, like, Ripperino. We're gonna throw the Leyline Binding back into hand. They discard their Languish. And, I mean, I definitely can shock this in, or play this. I'm just gonna play this here. That gives me a clone on the Spiteful Sliver, which is actually kind of nasty because it doubles up on the ability. We're gonna do that in their end step. I can't use that mana to cast Leyline Binding. This is only for Slivers. Slivers only. Ooh. Drawing cards. Not playing your frog, though. Scoots! You have a land? No land? Only beside you. Yeah, that's very reasonable. I'm gonna go ahead and get a basic land, or a card with a basic land type. Normally I'd go for a Triome here, but I'm actually gonna go for a Shock land. I'm just double checking what mana sources I have. We're gonna go for this one, and I am going to pay the 2 to make it come in untapped, and I'm going to use that to exile Scoot Swarm, so I don't have to think about it and don't have to deal with it. We're not that good at handling go-wide decks. Ooh, are you sure you wanna do that? So we're going to clone our Spiteful Sliver, and use the clone to block this Glowspore Shaman. And that's going to reflect 6 damage onto their face. Isn't that beautiful? My turn! Okay, First Sliver! Let's rumble! Get the Predatory Sliver, which muscles up. We can copy that if we want, or we could cast another Sliver and get nothing off of it. I think it would be tasty to get more Spiteful Sliver damage. Do the same thing as before, just swinging in here. Sure, I'll cast this. It's just not going to do anything since we already bobbled. Oh wait, we bobbled last game. Ah, I forgot. That's fine. Show me what's in your library. The top card is a Thoughtseize. Aw. R.I.P. Cleaving Sliver. You will be missed. Unless, do we draw something back? Nope, it's still a land. I could use the castle to draw again. I feel like Gitrog Monster would be a great thing to get onto the battlefield, though. Because they could technically play it with Flash using Emergent Zone. Or they could just concede because they're at 6 life, and if they block, they die, and if they don't block, they die. It's Raga Draga! This is Manadork Tribal. This actually got a really great new card, Gwenna, added pretty recently. This hand is so-so. I'm still going to keep it. Hello, Golos. It's the first time I've seen Golos actually playing this deck. Raga Draga Gorguts Boss gives any mana-producing creature +2/+2. And if you attack with those mana-producing creatures, you untap them. And, yeah, that's right, it's just going to keep on going. And whenever you cast a spell with it, was at least 7 mana to cast. You untap a creature you control, give it +7/+7, and trample until end of turn. Yeah, it does a lot. It's a pretty great card. So we have our Sliver Hive out, Lavabelly, Lancer. I'm gonna Realm Walker here. Right now, because they got that turn 0 ley line, I'm a little scared. Let me go ahead and show you what this does. Hey, do your creatures tap for mana? They actually tap for more mana. Leyline of Abundance makes your creatures tap for an additional green. Here's Selvala into Servant of the Conduit. And I see a Striking Sliver off the top. Definitely play that this turn. I'll actually lead with that. No, that's not the biggest creature on the battlefield. Thanks for noticing. I took a risk seeing that there were no others under there. Let's go for the swamp. Yeah, had I played the land first, we could have gone Lavabelly Sliver into Striking Sliver. Or if I had just manually tapped. Ooh, Rishkar. Rishkar is going to make these tap for even more mana. I like personally putting like one of these onto Ragadraga. This now taps for double green. Are you going to attack with it? It's free. Nice. I can't do anything about that. Here comes Secluded Courtyard naming Sliver. Do we go for the first Sliver? Do we go for Golos? We already know what we're going to hit. It's Paradise Druid. But First Sliver is big enough to block anything here, assuming that they don't activate that twice. Which they totally could. No, that's not the biggest, but this is the biggest! Draw me a card. Yeah! Oh. Hello, farewell. How are you? So with Selvala on the battlefield, they have, I'm going to say, a lot of mana. If they tap everything but Selvala and then do this, it's going to get kind of wild. Oh, Verdant Rejuvenation. This is a put random stuff on the battlefield card that can get amazing. So Verdant Rejuvenation, it looks like they put the buff on Ragadraga. We still have First Strike on all our Slivers, so we have 10 blocking power with First Strike. But you see that Farewell on top of my library? Yeah, I think I might need to cast that. Unfortunately, right now, I don't have white mana. I have no real white mana other than the Paradise Druid. Ragadraga swings in, and I'm not blocking it because I mentioned before I can only prevent 10 damage. Well, with the First Strike. Oh, my poor Farewell. I guess it's time to Cascade! What do we got? Oh, Cloudshredder Sliver. Hey, do any of you guys have Reach? Anybody here have Reach? Reach? Reach. No Reach? Good. Excellent. Wow. No, it's not bigger. Still not bigger. Still not bigger. First Strike. First Strike won't do it. Let's go for the Lavabelly Sliver. Sentinel Sliver. Well, that gives Vigilance. That means my attack is going to be free. And we've already got all of our wee 1-drops out. No, again, I don't have that. Ping! Soval's like, are you the bigger ones yet? No, I'm still not bigger than them. Alright, let's see what's on top of their library. It's Lair of the Hydra, so that's not doing anything to me. I am pretty sure I'm dead, though. Unfortunately. Though we have a beautiful attack here. It's not lethal. And I didn't have a way to keep open white mana here. And they have a lot of attackers, and most importantly, they have the Leyline of Abundance. This Leyline of Abundance means that they're going to be able to buff up just a few creatures to be able to go through. I think that if they activate it once, they actually unlock more mana than they spent on it, because it turns all of the things with +1/+1 counters on them into able to tap for 2 mana. Also, they get +2/+2 and the +1/+1. Sylvan Awakening! It turns out that in the end, it didn't really matter because all of their lands are creatures, too. And as much as I can block, I can't block all that, can I? I'm gonna block as much as I can here. Let's see, what's the biggest thing? Llanowar Tribe. I could still activate this like 5 times. The second biggest. You, the third biggest. You, fourth biggest. That, fifth biggest. Sixth biggest. Yes. Actually, swap that. First Sliver, you're going on to Rishkar. You, and, well, that's all she wrote. That's all she can block. Let's die. Activate the Leyline. Activate the Leyline. Oh. They didn't. You should still do it? No. Aw. I tried. I have 3 mana, 2 of which is blue. I don't like this hand. I'm gonna throw it back. I have 1 mana. This is worse. I have 2 mana and half, and then 3, 4. I'm keeping this. This is a very awkward start, but I think that it's not a bad one. Let's go ahead and see our stuff get discarded. Aw, I'm a Signet. Aw. Let's see. What do I do? Nothing. Because they discarded my turn to play. Raven Man loves things being discarded. In fact, that's like his favorite kind of thing. I don't like my things being discarded, but they do. Whenever I or another player discards a card during a turn, you make a bird. Well, they duressed me and there was nothing to discard, so I guess that's kind of cool. Do I just go for my commander? Fabro? Cloudshredder? First Sliver? I think it's actually smarter for me to go Fabro and Cloudshredder here. This way, I have 2 good things on the battlefield that they can't knock out of my hand. Oh, sacrifice one of these. This is my beautiful haste enabler. This is tons of mana. Bye, beautiful haste enabler. Oh, and they're eliminating the other one. Fine. Be that way. Time for First Sliver time. What do we get? Striking Sliver. And I will play this land. They can make me discard. That's okay. Infernal Grasp. RIP to the First Sliver. That's why I played my land. It was in case of, well, kill. That way if I get another mana source, I will be able to use it. Fable of the Mirror Breaker and Spiteful Sliver. The Scuttling Sliver's not very impressive. So we're going to swing in here for 1 entire damage. And we're going to hang out with our little goblin. Skull Raid! I discard 1 card, they draw 1 card, and they're going to make a bird at the end of the turn. Yo, bird up. Also going to push this goblin. Rude. I'll go Skin Witch unkicked. And a bird. Yaka! I'm gonna discard the Masquid Nexus. Try and get a land. It's not a land, but it is the Predatory Sliver. which gets me an attack in here. Now, hey, listen, if you want to block there, that's fine. I'm still going to hurt you with it. The Spiteful Sliver reflects the damage onto your face. And because I did discard a card to Fable of the Mirror Breaker, they get another bird. Ooh, Raider's Wake! I don't have any more cards to discard. Head empty, hand empty. Ooh, land. I discard a card, except I don't because I don't have any cards. Ooh, Grave Shifter. I know who I'm bringing back. It's the haste guy. Where are ya? Cloudshredder Sliver! Yeah! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In we go! Kikijiki's just like, I want to attack. Sorry, dude, but like, you're not a sliver. You wish you were a sliver. I think it's board wipe or bust here. Blast Zone for 1 takes out that. 1 entire sliver. They're swinging in. Suppose I'll block. I have no cards to discard. And we win the game. Nice! The Shady Creep is running Ragadraga Gorgut's Boss. Ragadraga is the Manadork commander, who makes, well, many Manadorks bigger. Let's go ahead and start our game with Bordering Triome, because then I can maybe play Cloudshredder Sliver on too. I'm not going to. I'm going to play Ornithopter Paradise. Ooh, green mana. Take that, throw it down on the battlefield, and the Ornithopter's here. Making sure I have green mana available is good because of things like Fabro Elder. So Ragadraga is going to make all of their, well, mana-producing creatures stronger. Turns something like this into a 3/3 and makes them untap when they attack. Also, when they cast a spell that costs 7 or more mana, the creature gets huge. +7/+7, trample, and untaps. That's some good stuff. Okay, Glass Pool as a land, and a nice and early First Sliver. Black Market Connections, not a bad card. And now the Fabro Elder is tapping for 5 mana. Nice. Ragadraga, uncounterable thanks to Rhythm of the Wild. Also has a +1/+1 counter, because the haste wouldn't have done much with the First Sliver on the battlefield. I'm gonna pay 6 life, because that's just the way I roll. Fast, loose, and full of life loss. Let's go ahead and start casting some things and getting that cascade. And I'm also gonna sneeze. Two sneezes and 2 cards. Imposter to the 6th Pride. Just go for the key to the archive. Well, we can play them all. I'm actually gonna start replicating Ring. Play this. Meeny, meeny, miny. I don't really care about any of these. D-Spark. D-Spark or Lone Speaker. I'll keep the D-Spark. Imposter of the 6th Pride. Striking Sliver gives us the first strike on the slivers. And that cascades and finds nothing because that's everything. That's all I have. Now I want to take a little look at what's on top of your library. A Finale of Devastation. Oh no! I'm getting rid of Ragadraga. And then winning the game because we have lots of mana, lots of creatures, and they have a lot of pain. So that's going to be GG! Thank you as always for watching this video. If you'd like to watch me record them live, like the people in Twitch chat are doing right now, you should come over to twitch.tv/Amazonian. It's my main channel. It's where I'm always hanging out, and I'm live almost every single day, so I hope to see you there. Also, I hope you enjoyed this deck list. I do have more Brothers War Commanders coming up, like Thanos, so hopefully you'll tune in and see those too.